Right, and now if you're watching this recording and you're not in the East Suffolk U3A, you can see all previous recordings by watching Zoom recordings at the bottom of the screen. And of course, you could admire the handsome and beautiful faces of our U3A group at the same time. We're going to look at transfer bids tonight, having done Stayman a couple of weeks ago. And of course, they go hand in hand, really. Stayman and transfers, it would be too long a lesson, but they belong together because they're the ways of responding to no trumps. Now, I think it was Pearl who asked me yesterday, would I open the bidding with 3 aces and a balanced hand? Well, what do you think? Would you open the bidding with 3 aces and a balanced hand? It's called aces and spaces.
100% yes.
I agree with you, but what was your reason for saying that?
Well, for one thing, it'll shut out the opponents.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they have got a decent hand, they've got to overcall, and it takes up so much of the bidding space, they may not find the right fit.
And the reason I gave Pearl as well, of course, if you know all your Stayman and transfers, you've got a pretty exact idea of partner's hand and you know how to deal with it. So some people don't like opening with aces and spaces, but I think I agree with you. So because of our varied audience, we're going to start from scratch. Some of you have seen this 1 or 2 times before. Now, the transfer bids were invented by an American bridge player after the war called Oswald Jacoby. They used to be called Jacoby transfers, but tend these days just to call them transfer bids. Now, after partner opens 1 no trump, then a bid of 2 diamonds asks your partner to bid hearts. That's the basic idea. Transfer to hearts. A bid of 2 hearts asks your partner to bid spades. And for this reason, the basic system is sometimes called red suit transfers. Okay. You can include a transfer to clubs if you wish. The 2 spade bid has become obsolete, and you can use that as a transfer to 3 clubs. I know at least one of you uses phony Stayman. Similarly to Stayman, you can use transfers when partner opens 2 no trumps or overcalls 1 no trump, or starts with 2 clubs, then bids 2 no trumps. Okay. How many points do you need for transfers? Well, most of the time with Stayman, you need 11. With transfers, you need absolutely none at all. It can be a very useful bid with a weak hand. Now, I think often people, when they first see transfers, what's the point of this? Because we often end up in the same contract. Well, one of the reasons, why do we play transfers? Those of you who've seen it before.
The points aren't on the table.
You have to speak up, Mary, sorry.
Right, the points aren't on the table.
Yes. The lead will come into, generally speaking, the stronger hand, if that's what you mean.
Yeah,
It comes in the stronger hand. Now, a typical 1 no trump, especially 2 no trumps, contains combinations like ace and queen in a suit or a king in a suit. And you love people to lead into that because they're taking your finesse for you, aren't they? So especially with a weak hand, they're valuable for that reason. Does anybody know a second reason, more important in general, really? No? Not even Keith?
No, enlighten our darkness.
Okay, it gives responder a second bid. I will be seeing this. It gives responder a second bid. After the transfer, responder might bid again, and we're going to be seeing this in action. And to me, that's an even more important reason about than the lead coming to the stronger hand. Somebody mentioned phony Stayman a couple of weeks ago that I think the problem with Phony Stayman is that the weak hand plays it and you don't have that advantage. So Phony Stayman has perhaps become a little unfashionable, but it's a perfectly useful system. There's a phrase you can remember. Stayman is for 4, transfers are for 5 or more. We're talking about the major suits. Have you heard that one before?
Yes.
Let's say that because there will be a number of people who haven't. Stayman is if you've got a 4-card major, precisely. Transfers are for 5 or more. Okay. Anybody know what happens if you happen to have 5-4 in the majors?
You use Damon then.
You do indeed. Yeah, absolutely. You do use Stayman then. So good. Okay. And if you've got a strong hand, by the way, you have to jump after that. So let's dive in now. And I'm going to, it's very similar to 2 weeks ago. There's a West hand there. And I'll be just simply asking you each time what the bid is. So what are we going to kick off with here? 13 points.
One no
One no
trump.
trump.
Yeah, we're going to get used to this. Don't think it's going to be 1 no trump all the way through, though. So that's West's hand. Now, for the first 15 or so examples, we're not Western, North and South have not been impolite enough to bid, so we just assume they're passing throughout. Here's East hand.
2 hearts.
Now, this is a dreadful hand, and before transfers were invented, you just had to be playing 2 spades, and you'd be playing the hand, wouldn't you? But if we now bid 2 hearts, and now partner must bid
2 spades.
2 spades, and if you take, and what will we do as East now?
Pass.
I should say so. I should say so. We've escaped a horrible possible avalanche. Well, the heart suit's weak, isn't it? But look, what suit are they most likely to lead?
Heart.
Yeah.
Most likely to lead hearts. And they've just given us a trick. That king's got to win, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
If North will be leading.
Right.
So we just wait to see what happens. If the ace is played, we play low. If it isn't, we win the king. And by a little bit of luck in that first hand, we've immediately seen an advantage of transfers there. Okay, so we probably scramble through to analyse every hand, but 2 spades doesn't look too far away, does it? Okay, might go down 1 or 2, but we've only got 14 points between us. Okay. And opening 1 no trump has perhaps prevented them getting into pots. So 1 no trump does this have this element, doesn't it, of preemption about it? Another good reason to do it. Next one, are you happy about that? Is there anybody here who's not seen transfers ever before? Okay, good. Next one. Just stop me if I go too quickly because we've got a range of experience. What are we going to kick off with here?
1 no trump.
Like 13 again, doesn't it, Beryl?
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds.
Yeah, this is not a suitable no trump hand, is it? I know we've only got 5 hearts, but there's a real concern about that singleton club. So I absolutely agree. We're going to bid 2 diamonds, to which partner must respond
2 hearts.
2 hearts. What about East now?
Join the Green Party.
Join the Green Party. I think some people feel that this hand doesn't look that bad, does it? But 6 points. But partner cannot have more than 14.
Yeah.
So you do not do anything else with that hand. You just pass it.
Yeah.
And it would be very nice if they look at this. You see, West is playing hearts. Are we pleased if they lead diamonds? That would be great, wouldn't it? Clubs. Again, can you see this idea that it's better to play the contract in the stronger hand. Good, not enough to go any further, obviously.
4 points the other way.
So in a way, yeah, the total points there is actually 19, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's absolutely a long, long way there from the club suit looks as if it gains 3 extra tricks by roughing, but it doesn't. That's illusory, isn't it? But roughing in the longer holding doesn't gain you anything. Another thing, by the way, is it's unfortunate the West only has a doubleton heart, but a 5-2 fit is perfectly playable. A 5-2 fit here is better than a 4-3 fit here because you're not likely to lose control of the hand. So altogether, a good advert for transfers so far. These are hands, by the way, are random up to a point in that I will tell the computer what shape to expect and what points to expect, but not necessarily.
I've lost it.
Mm.
You froze.
It's disappeared.
Somebody is recording this. Can you not, please? Because you can watch the recording afterwards. Now, it's just told me somebody's recording this meeting. I'm not sure. Oh, I suppose it might be me. I apologise if it is, because we've just had this breakdown again, haven't we? Now, share screen. Can you hear me and see me all right?
Yeah.
I have to do another bit of editing. So that's better. Okay. So if by, I can understand why you want to record, but there's absolutely no need because you can watch it tomorrow recorded on YouTube. So don't feel you need to. And I don't really know what I'm talking about, but it may be that you recording affects the transmission. So we've got back to normal. So let's move on. Don't worry too much because we can always edit these slightly embarrassing bits out. So if you give a wrong answer tonight, and you want me to edit it out tomorrow, just let me know. Number 3, starting bid, please.
Oh, no trump.
Yeah, it's a good 12. Why do I think it's a good 12? Because we've got a couple of 10s in the longer suit. Excellent. And what are we going to do here?
Diamond.
That's right. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody say
2 hearts.
some kind of trick on the airwaves, a Zoom malfunction. 2 hearts, that's right, because we want to go into spades. West will now, of course, bid.
2 spades.
Yeah.
Mm.
We might get time at the end to see an exception to this behaving like a robot, by the way, on West's part.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
4 spades.
Yeah.
West got to have 12. We happen to know he has 12, of course. But that's definitely 4 spades, isn't it? 13 points, nice 6-card suit. Even nicer if West has a trebleton.
Can you go back and, in words of one syllable, why we went suddenly to 4 spades then?
Absolutely, and this is the kind of question we need from Group 1 people. So let's start.
I'm the only one.
Well, you've been playing bridge less than some people have been playing bridge about 60 years on the screen, more than you, Val. So, right, let's absolutely go through this. Are you happy with the 1 no trump?
Yes, yeah, I can see that, and I could see why we were saying hearts.
Now, can you see why we're saying hearts now?
Yes,
Because we want our partner to bid spades.
yes, but we still only said 2 hearts. So how do we know that there's a lots of spades over there?
Right, that's a good question. How do we know? Well, 1 no trump doesn't just promise 12 to 14 points. It promises at most 1 doubleton. So we know that we've got at least 8 spades. Are you happy with that, Val?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Can you see it now? That's why when you've got 6, you can just say that spades is trumps. If it's a major.
No, I don't actually, because how come West knows that? I mean, how does he know that there's only that there's 6 spades there, there may only be 5.
The answer is that West doesn't at this point.
Right.
They don't know at this point. Now, East, however, does know that there's going to be at least 8 spades
Yes.
because there must be a doubleton. Now, you know, you learnt in your early stages of bidding, once you've found that 8 card major fit, we know we're in spades. So you're happy about still being in spades?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes. The other question is that we got 13 points here, I think. You happy with that?
Yes.
Now, West must have at least 12. I think he
Yes.
actually had 14 this time. So we know we're going to be in spades. We know we've got the values for game 25 or more, and that's why we bid 4 spades. So with a 6 card major, you just carry on with the spades. Okay. It's quite good actually, because
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do see now. Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's East that's gone for 4 spades here.
I think the problem when you first do transfers, it seems a bit convoluted.
Mm.
And you have, well, we've got lots of practice tonight, but that's the idea. Don't let me go too quickly. Okay, good. That looks a pretty good 4-spade contract, doesn't it?
Chris, could I ask a question?
Yeah.
Going back to, I think it was the first example. I'm sorry to go back.
No, we've said we mustn't rush.
The total points, I think, on that first example between the opener and the responder was something like 14 points, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
Mm.
Well, it's highly likely, I would have thought, that there would have been an intervening bid because
well,
theoretically, you need 15 to 16
it's
points.
a good point, and they may well have been. So let's look at our shortest suit. We're really pouring hearts, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah.
So you would quite rightly assume that they might have bid hearts, wouldn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, how many hearts have they got?
8.
8. Now, they might be split 4-4.
Yeah.
And you overcall on a 5-card suit, don't you?
Yes.
Now, they might be split 5-3, which is more likely. But if South's got the 5, we're already at the high 2 level.
Yeah.
If North's got the 5, it's got to be a pretty good 5-card suit to overcall 1 no trump.
Yeah.
So you do have a point, and it is quite likely indeed that they might have interfered, but it's quite likely they wouldn't as well. And
Okay.
at this stage of the lesson, I'm going to look at interfering bids later if there's time. But I think, you know, it's again illustrating, I think it was Keith's point, wasn't it, that 1 no trump is preemptive.
Yeah, I mean, look, what you've got to remember is that the points are likely to be split evenly between the 2 hands. Not all the time, but say you open 1 no trump, the person on your left was going to open 1 no trump. He's now not got a bid if he hasn't got a good 5-card suit.
Yeah.
And that's a common sort of beginners improvers mistake, isn't it, to overcall with a 1 no trump opening hand.
Yeah.
So that's are you reasonably convinced, David?
Yes, I think so, Chris. Yeah, I just, you know, with the utmost respect, sometimes, you know, the way the cards are laid out on the lessons, they don't actually come out that way in practice. So, yeah, no, I can see perfectly what you've just said. It makes sense. Yeah.
I just didn't want to clutter the screen with a load of pass cards in the top and bottom.
No, that's fine. No, thank you.
Okay, I've got what. Are we about to do number 4?
Yeah, sorry, I dragged you back.
Not at all. No. We're going to start with. Well, is it going to be 1 no trump forever? I think I saw 14 points there. Well, the answer is no, but we'll see if we can trick anybody when it isn't. And the answer to the next bid is
2 diamonds.
2 diamonds. Yeah. Good. So West, being an obedient partner, now bids
2
hearts.
2 hearts.
2 hearts. What about East?
4, 8, 10, 11,
They can go surely.
3 hearts.
Mm,
Well, look at the points counts carefully. This is a grey area, isn't it?
Yeah,
We know we're in hearts for six
Yeah.
cards, but in fact we've got 11 points.
yeah.
Now we're in this 11 to 12 grey area, aren't we?
Yeah.
So what will be a good bid here, do you think?
3 hearts.
Indeed. We're inviting game. We know it's hearts. And what does Wes think about that?
Might go back.
It's top of the range, so he'll go for
He'll
it.
go for it, 4 hearts.
Range 14 points. He's going to go for it. 4 hearts. Well done. And that's it. We can see both hands. So we can see 6 heart tricks, a spade, 7, force winner and diamonds, 8. Oh, that's lucky. It adds up to 10. It doesn't always work like that, as you know, but this is a nice.
There as well. I don't know quite
You see here again, without transfers, you wouldn't be able to make this bid. You know, that shows 11 to 12 points. It's a second bid. It describes our hand beautifully. It says, I've got 6 or more hearts
right.
and I've got 11 to 12 points. I really do like transfers. I think they're one of the best conventions there is. Okay, I think though, if you're going to learn transfers, you need to learn it hand in hand with Stayman. The two just go together like
Horse
something.
and carriage.
Horse and carriage. That was the yes, divorce
Yeah.
and marriage. Yes. Okay. Sorry, that's not right, is it? Surely.
No,
Okay, so you happy with that? So slightly sophisticated.
Chris, just a question. I mean, I know you're doing it on a point count, but also if you do it on a losing trick count, I know it doesn't work so well with balanced hands and 1 no trump, but if you look at the losing tricks, I think you wouldn't make 4 hearts. Probably 3 would be tops. So you've got
Now, losing trick count. Guess which of my 19 broadcasts has the highest attendance? With over 500 views now around the world.
great.
Not just Suffolk. The losing trick count.
Mm.
And do you remember in one of my early talks, I can remember, I think it was you and Ron, when I was speaking this, and saying that it's great, but it's overrated. And the losing trick count doesn't work so well when you've got 6-2 fits. Mainly because really the roughing depends on the shorter hand. So I actually think there's a lot to be said just for saying, you know, there's a temptation, certainly, isn't there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But this hand demonstrates it. I know it's semi-random. We've got a spade, 6 hearts. Can you see we've got a diamond eventually? Queen, Jack, 10.
Mhm.
yeah,
And
You might get 2
does.
diamonds, actually, Chris.
yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
It's possible, and you might also get a club there. I asked this question for the last 2 weeks running. How do you play the club suit?
Well, I wouldn't at that stage. I'd look to fit the diamonds up.
Yes, I
And
think that's a
then-
good idea.
And then you can
Yeah.
put one of your master diamonds and throw away a club, and therefore
Good point.
the rule
Yes,
for the finesse doesn't
Yeah.
come in.
that's very good even for you. That's called overlapping force winners. Well played. Set up the diamonds, and we don't even have to think about the clubs. Brilliant. Good. Don't forget if you practice these on the website, of course, you won't always get quite the same combination of cards. So are we okay there? An invitation to game. The hearts was definite. And for the first time, we're seeing the real advantage of having 2 bids as responder. Good. Is it still 1 no trump?
So, yeah,
When's the trick question going to come up?
with 2 clubs or 2 no trumps.
We think now.
13. 2 hearts.
Oh, indeed, it's a transfer. We've just got 5-3 in the majors, so it's 2 hearts. We still transfer even with 5. And so dutifully West bids.
2 spades.
Point to me up
This
2.
is where it gets even better, I think.
17.
Yeah, I like this one, Chris.
You like this as well,
Yeah.
because it really demonstrates the advantage of. Keith, if you just hold back a second,
Oh,
let's see
yes.
if especially I don't just mean Group 1, but people like perhaps Tony, if you don't mind me saying so, who were in Group 1 till recently. See if you can fathom out the next bid.
3 no trumps,
No.
2 no trumps. Well, why not?
Oh, well done, Tony. You answered that brilliantly. Moving your lips.
I didn't even open my mouth. did I?
Sorry, Tony, I hadn't realised you were from Lancashire.
Sorry.
Ela.
But well done, Lancashire. It's absolutely right. Now, what happens when you've got a 5-card major? Because it's possible that West might have a doubleton in spades, you bid no trumps. So doing a transfer and then bidding rather oddly no trumps means I've got exactly 5 spades. Now, the question is what level? And with 13 points, we know we should be in game. You happy with that?
Yeah.
West got to have 12. So David was right. It is 3 no trumps. So West knows that game is on. It's a question of spades or no trumps. Now, remember that East's bid of no trumps promises precisely 5 cards. So what should West now do? Tony?
Pass.
Sorry, it's pass.
Pass. Oh, sorry. Pass. Yes. E.
No, of course it's not anything at all. Well done, good, because we've only got a doubleton spade. Okay, and that looks quite a nice 3 no trump contract there. There's no extra roughing in the shorter hand there, so 3 no trumps is definitely a better contract, isn't it? Try to avoid playing diamonds there. Diamonds is a frozen suit, one honour in each hand.
You're all right there, though, aren't you?
You're all right there. Probably 4.5 tricks in spades, 2.5 in hearts. That's 7. You've got to stop in diamonds. Yep, 3 no trumps is the better contract. Now, when I first saw that bid a few years ago, I thought it's quite sophisticated, really. Any questions?
Yeah.
Just to sum up that kind of bid, if you make a transfer, then bid no trumps, partner, if they're not very experienced, might think, what they're playing at? I thought they wanted me to transfer and they've gone back to no trumps. Well, the message is, I've got exactly 5 spades, partner. Lovely language of transfers.
The
Let's try
trick
another
is on that one, Chris, is the opener needs to know he needs to go back to game in the suit.
Yes,
If
well,
you've
let's see
got
what the
3 or more.
Yeah, let's see. You know, I pay you a tenner to ask these kind of questions every week, don't you?
Yeah.
So what are we starting with here?
13.
It's almost aces and spaces, but not quite. 1 no trump. East.
Diamonds.
I think somebody said it very quietly. It sounds as if it's coming from Mars. I think that was Mary, wasn't it? 2 diamonds is quite right because we want to bid hearts. So dutifully, West bids. I'm not taking anything for granted. There's even a trick on this later on if we have enough time. Now, what does now East bid?
No, 30, 40. That's his 3 no trumps.
I tried to adjust my voice to fool you, but it's 3 no trumps again because it's 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14 this time. But oh, I don't think that's meant to happen. Hold on, 6. Oh, sorry, what am I talking about?
13, yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. And this answers this makes the point you just made, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Not you, but what's the next bid?
4 hearts.
4 hearts.
You see the difference this time? We now know that East got exactly 5 hearts. We know we've got 3. The 8-card major fit swings it. So this time we're going to go on to 4 hearts.
And roughing potential in the declarer's hand.
If that's right. There's one, isn't there? Which is the roughing potential?
The spade suit.
And that's a very weak spade suit. So that's clearly a good bit of bidding there, isn't it? I mean, 4 hearts rather than, we might lose all the tricks in spades there if the king's with south. Okay, good. Can we move on? Of course, you can watch this on, you can see this on the website itself. You can watch it again on the Zoom recording. So if you do miss out a bit, it's not too serious. Okay, and
12. Yeah. Okay. 1 no trump.
No trump.
8, 12.
transfers off of statement is for 4, transfers is for 5 or more. So
2 hearts.
2 hearts, good.
Yeah.
So dutifully, it's
2
like a
spades.
robot at the moment.
Yeah.
7,
12 points.
12.
Exactly.
2 no trumps.
Oh,
Two
who was
no
that?
trumps.
One of the gentlemen, very good. It's not strong enough for 3 no trumps, is it?
No.
Is it 11, 12, 11, 12? That
Well,
is the grey area. I like 2 no trumps. So that's
Thank you.
another great description of the hand, isn't it?
Yeah.
Partner, I've got precisely 5 spades, East is saying, and I've got 11 or 12 points. Now, how many has West actually got?
He's got 12 as well.
12, so you pass.
Yeah, indeed. And he's got a Doubleton spade.
Yeah.
So another one of the many combinations.
Must admit though, with 3 10s in that hand, it might be a bit tempting.
Forgetting about your team, they rather make it look stronger than they are. Mm.
You're on mute, Chris.
You're on mute,
Yeah.
Chris.
Disappeared, I think.
Yeah, he's just on mute.
No.
You can't hear that he's on it.
Not see him.
The screen's disappeared
Chris
too.
should be able to hear us though.
Yeah, he should, shouldn't he?
Yeah, you're on mute.
There
Hello,
we
can you hear me
Ah,
now?
there you go,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're on mute, yes. And we're on multi-screen.
I wonder if Janet's doing this from downstairs. You never know, do you?
I have
Probably
words
hearing-
later.
Right, I'm just trying to get your faces smaller because it's blocking. Not sure. I really ought to do my homework on Zoom.
Well, it's
Oh.
all changed.
That's it, really.
Well, when I came on, I had to update the whole thing.
Yeah. Well, mine's updated, but it's worse since it's been updated. You see,
It is
so
on there.
Yeah.
Got a glitches on it then.
all right, just bear with me a minute, please. I can only see Pat Tibbs. I don't know. Oh, it's all right. I can only see one of you. It doesn't matter who it is. Okay, good. Where were we?
Well, you're
That's
still,
the
we're
start
still on
number 8.
multi-screen. We haven't got the illustration board
We haven't
yet.
got the shared screen, Chris.
Yeah. No, we can't hear you.
Saying it.
Oh dear. Can you hear me try to control my language here?
Well, it wouldn't have
not-
heard you. 'cause
We
you
didn't hear any bad language.
Whatever
Chris.
you said, we wouldn't have heard it.
Oh, share screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shared screen. Yeah.
I think this is
There we are.
There we go. There we are.
again. Okay, right.
That's where we were.
Yes, with my prompt getting in the way. Now, number 8, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More editing to be done.
Okay. Yeah. One
One
no
no
trump.
trump.
8, 10, 11,
2 diamonds.
11 points.
Excuse me.
2
Okay.
hearts.
Little hearts.
Out for the trick questions later on.
2 non trumps.
2 no trumps.
2 no trumps. It's only 11, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pass.
3
Pass.
hearts.
Sorry, pass.
3 hearts.
3
No,
hearts.
don't take it seriously. My wife's from Essex as well. We can't all be perfect, can we? Yeah, it's actually 3 hearts this time because we've got an 8-card heart fit.
Oh, right, that's
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
But we're not strong enough to bid 4 hearts.
No.
So that's the auction this time. Okay. Now, 2 reasons for that 3 heart bid. One is that we do actually have 3 hearts. We know we've got an 8-card fit.
Yeah.
The second is that we've only at the same time got 12 points. You know, this is so neat, isn't it, this system? You think of all sorts of combinations and it caters for them. Okay, good. I must add at this point, though, we've discovered to our cost that no bidding system's perfect. Yeah, you could bid as well as you like, and this is a lovely system. It doesn't mean you're necessarily going to make the contract because of, you know, the way the cards lie. But what do I say? The cards lie the same for everybody in duplicate, don't they? So we can't grumble. So if you're 1 down, perhaps everybody will be 1 down. Next one, number 9. Okay. Okay. Off you go.
No one, no
One no
trump.
trump. 2 hearts,
Hearts.
2 spades.
That's 14 points, doesn't it? 2, 4, 8, 11.
2 no trumps.
2 no trumps.
Yes, you get the
No trump.
idea, Sheila, that was, yeah.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
No.
Pass.
You've
Pass.
confused the transfer with the suit.
Yeah.
East is showing 5 spades.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Very easy mistake to make. I'm sure I've done it in the past. So the bid is actually
Pass.
Three no
2
trumps.
no trumps. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, because he got 25 points.
Have they?
Well, he's
Oh,
got 14. He
Oh,
must
right.
have 11, so 3 no.
well done. David has got tonight's CDM so far, I think.
Oh, thank you, Chris. It makes up for the loss of yesterday.
Um, I didn't want to mention that, obviously.
No,
Um, okay, you got 40, didn't you? It's not as hard a disgrace. Yeah.
well, it's not
Okay.
exactly a glorious success either, is it? But anyway,
Well, you know, Bridges is an up and down game, isn't it? We
certainly
know
is.
that. I don't know if Jonathan's kindly still doing the averages. We used to publish averages, but I'm not sure if
we
we
live in
do.
hope that is not.
Yeah. It's cost me a lot of money to get him to burn them.
Okay.
Chris, can I just ask, Chris, can I just ask a question there? With East having 11 points, why doesn't he try Stamen and see whether there's a transfer into a major?
He's only got,
going through the transfer.
but he gives more information to his partner by bidding 2 no trumps. He's giving 2 pieces of information to his partner. He's giving the information he's got 11 to 12 points. He's giving the information that he's got 5 spades.
Yeah, but if you had 2 clubs, you would be showing you've got 11 points. So that isn't that better information, and then you can work out whether
Clubs doesn't give him
Best,
2 clubs doesn't give
as-
him any information at all. It just asks him a question.
Yeah, I always thought that you do the transfers with lower points than 11. But anyway,
There's no upper limit to the number of points, really, Chris. Although I suppose if you have got a super hand, you just quantitatively bid up to 4 no trumps.
I think this is one of these questions where we could spend the next 20 minutes with various different shapes of hand. I would say the reason I do transfers is because it gives my partner information, and I can still make decision on that information. Okay.
Chris, could I ask a question? If the responder had bid 2 clubs as a Stamen, yeah, what would have been the answer coming from the opening hand?
2 diamonds.
2
2
diamonds.
diamonds, exactly. So you
It's not showing
It's not-
5. It
Yeah,
could
and
only be
therein
showing
lies the
4.
weakness. And you've just pinpointed the weakness of using Stamen, haven't you?
And,
Because it doesn't
then
really lead
2 spades would be a shut up.
yeah.
Exactly. So I think you've answered Christopher's question better than I did there. Okay, on to number 10.
14. One no trump again.
Yeah.
Yeah, when is it going to stop these one no trump hands? Of course, when group 2 don't shuffle their cards properly, we get a lot.
See it. That's 13 points. That's
Two diamonds.
2 diamonds.
I thought it was
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
it's 11.
That's a
Yeah.
2 no trump.
Two no
but,
trump.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's got precisely 5 hearts.
4 hearts.
Four
I
hearts.
think that was Beryl.
Yeah. Was it wrong?
No, it's right.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you.
Final answer?
4
Four
hearts.
£1 million resting on this.
Oh, God.
You three always find me £1 million, don't you? Here we go. Well done. Now, why 4 hearts? Well, first of all, we've got 3 hearts, and we know partner's got 5, and we also have the maximum. You'll notice I haven't shown you any 13 pointers in between. Now, with 13 pointers, look at your 10s and 9s. If they're in the long suits, upgrade it to 14. Okay, I don't think I've got an example with 13 in. 5-3-3-2 is quite good, having a 5-card suit as well. Right, good. Happy with that so far? First bid, next bid, please. Quickly, please.
2
2
no
no
trump.
trumps.
Oh, I couldn't catch you out. I was trying to get somebody to say 1 no trump, but no, too clever. 4, 6, 10, 13, 17, 20 points. More than half of 2 no trump hands are 20 points, actually. That's of interest.
Do the same thing again. And just,
Mhm. 3 diamonds.
Yeah.
Yes. If this is new to you, you can use Stamen just the same, a level up, and you indeed bid 3 diamonds.
So it's 3 hearts.
3 hearts.
3 hearts.
So it's
3 no trump.
That's right. It's only 5-card major, isn't it?
Yeah.
So knowing that partner's got 20 at least, we're quite happy now to bid 3 no trumps, and it's down to partner who will
Pass.
hearts.
pass. Good.
Pass.
Pass that. You're getting close, Tony.
So do you know, Tony, I've said this to people who've been here years. Before 1800, nobody said pass in the whole of England. It started as a sort of Regency dandy thing, and that's now spread to most of southern England. So that's interesting, isn't it? Or it's completely uninteresting, actually, but I'm just taking a break from transfers here. Okay, good. Next one.
2 no trumps.
2 no
No
trumps,
trumps.
yeah.
How do we know that, by the way? That's because all Americans use a short A. Okay. Anyway, sorry. 2 no trumps.
2 hearts. 3 hearts.
Oh, somebody made an underbid there.
I know.
We won't try and find out who it was, obviously.
It's late in the evening. Uh,
3
3
spades.
spades.
Got to bid 3 spades.
no trumps again.
Yeah.
yeah, 4
Yes,
spades.
because it's a
Yeah.
5-card suit. Good.
3 no trumps.
Yeah, it's 4 spades.
Mm.
Somebody got caught out by this confusing fact that 3 hearts is shown on the right. That 3 hearts shows spades, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So we're going to
yeah.
bid.
4 spades. Yeah.
It's so easy to do that, isn't it? That's a slightly confusing thing about transfers. Good.
Mm.
So, you know, transfers work just as good after 2 no trumps. Okay, where we got to consult notes. Right. From now on, well, after this one, it might start getting a little bit more tricky, but we'll see. You only learn what you want to. What do we got here?
Two no trumps again.
It's
Two no
21.
trumps.
Yeah.
21.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bumper.
Oh. 3 diamonds.
3 diamonds, precisely.
3 hearts.
Duty
Hearts.
bound.
4 hearts.
4 hearts.
That's rather straightforward, isn't it?
Yeah.
But really, you're thinking, well, we could have bid 4 hearts straight away. Of course we could, and we would have done until we learned transfers. But here we've got the lead coming into the stronger hand. And look, it gives a trick away in diamonds, doesn't it, straight away? It does also in the trump suit. Not sure about spades, but in general, it is much better to have the lead in the stronger hand, especially with 2 no trumps. Has anybody else found after 2 no trumps that when you've got 5 points, it's not good enough? I really don't like having all my strong cards in one hand, but that's another subject. However, that was, yeah.
There's a singleton king there as well, isn't there?
Yeah, so that's really useful to dump losers on.
Yeah.
It is, isn't it? Really useful.
Yeah.
I can't hear.
No,
We think of
it's
singleton
really useful.
kings as being, oh, that's not worth 3 points, it's waste paper. But
You're
here it's
solid.
actually gold dust here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gold dust. Yes, gold dust. Right. 14.
23, 2 clubs.
14.
Oh, who was that?
21, 2.
Tony.
Yeah. That sounded like Tony.
Tony is
Tony, really quick on the draw there, Tony. 2 clubs.
You've got his calculator out. 2 diamonds.
Yeah, most of the time after 2 clubs, I've said this before, do bid 2 diamonds. The only time when you might not is perhaps if you've got 8 points or and a 5-card major, but this is only 5 points, so 2 diamonds just gives partner a chance to describe their hand. So what are they going to bid?
2 no trumps.
Yeah.
Is it 23?
Yeah.
It's exactly 23.
Yeah.
But it's certainly good enough there to
23, yeah.
maybe if that was a 4-3-3-3, I might have opened 2 no trumps there. But 2 no trumps and
3
3
no trumps.
hearts.
3 no trumps.
3 hearts.
hearts.
Excellent. We only need about
Yeah.
2 or 3 points, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do.
3 spades.
3 spades.
Oh, sorry, 3 spades. It's got to be. Sorry, what am I
Yes.
talking about? 3
Mm.
spades.
3 no trumps.
4
Yeah, this is showing the 5-card suit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is where it's getting a bit more sophisticated now.
You have
4
three.
spades. 4 spades.
Yes, indeed, 4 spades because we got the. There we are, and that should be a nice, easy 4 spades there. Which you never know.
It's not a gimme, that one.
Not quite. There's a heart rough there in dummy. It's not a gimme, is it? No. Okay. Good. Next one. West bid, please. This is number 15.
2 no trumps.
No, it's 2 clubs.
It's 2 clubs.
Oh, yeah, I missed the queen.
23,
Yeah,
I think.
23 it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
2 diamonds.
Definitely 2 diamonds. That's just that's waiting for relay bid. That's called, isn't it? A waiting bid. What does West bid now?
2 no trumps.
2 no
trumps.
trump.
Mhm.
3 diamonds.
3 diamonds.
3
And
hearts.
now the transfer on the second round here now, and has to be 3
Heart.
hearts.
3 no
No,
trumps.
3 no
trumps.
Yes, 23 and 3 makes 26. This is why we bid 2 clubs, isn't it? To force partner to bid with hands like this. And what does West now do?
Pass.
Pass.
Leaves it.
Pass.
Only a doubleton this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we ought to be able to make 9 tricks somehow out of that combination. But I'm pressing on because it'd be lovely to get through all of these. If by any chance it is a bit late for you, or you're finding it a bit difficult, I will not be offended if you sign off, because you can always watch it tomorrow. But I would hate, some Zoom people just broadcast to empty rooms. I find that really difficult, because we do need this interaction we get from you. Number 16. Now, notice the bottom of the screen. South has opened 1 diamond.
Oh, I see.
You've got enough for an overcall of 1 no.
First, yes, we have. Now, I say 15 to 17, 15 to 18. Don't forget, an overcall of 1 no trump has to be stronger because they bid. Have we got a stopper in their suit? And the answer is yes. So we're going to bid
1 no trump.
a trump yet again, but it's a stronger 1 no trump, of course. And partner,
Mm-hmm.
Gonna go.
2 hearts.
Yeah.
it's
no
going to be a
intermittent bids.
transfer. Yes, it's going to be a transfer.
Mhm.
So he must bid, West must now bid
2 spades.
2
2
spades.
spades.
So,
Good.
yeah.
Now, remember that our partner has shown 15 to 17 points as East.
Yes.
425. Yeah. So 3 no trumps.
Got 3
Yes.
no
The
trumps.
important thing, we're doing our arithmetic. This is an overcall of 1 no trump, and we've got 10.
10 points.
So, but we've only got 5 spades.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we bid 3 no trumps.
Yeah.
And now
Pass.
West,
Pass.
Pass.
because they've only got the doubleton. Well done. I'm accelerating a bit because I don't like to go past about, 9:15 perhaps. 17.
Mhm. 4, 8, 12.
South has opened 1 diamond.
Yes.
6,
So
10,
it's
1 no
no trump again.
14. Yes. 1 no
Is it
trump.
17?
Yeah. 1 no
Yeah.
trump.
It's good. Yeah. By the way, if you've got about 19, it's best to double and then make a bid after that. So I would say 15 to 17, maybe 15 to 18. So West will overcall 1 no trump.
Mhm.
And knowing that, incidentally, I think North passes, by the way, in case I didn't say.
Mhm.
2 diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah.
Transfer. Next bid, please.
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
2 no trump.
2. Yeah.
Yes, it's 8 points. So if you said 2 no trumps, very good, because we know partner has got 15 to 17.
Yeah.
We've got 8. So
Yeah.
in this auction, the grey area is 8 to 9. 8 to 9, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that point or two below 25. Good.
Um,
3 no trump.
Hearts.
I'd
No,
go
four-
4
four
hearts.
hearts.
Tempted to go 4 hearts there.
4
No, I
hearts.
heard you first, but I couldn't hear what you said. Sheila Mann, please.
Oh, 4 hearts, I said.
Correct. Well done. I thought you got the right answer. I just wanted to point out that you were ahead of everybody else there. So,
Oh, sorry.
and on my screen, at least, you moved to second place in the class because of that answer. I don't know. I don't know whether it's how much people say or how loudly they say it. I, of course, am in top position all the time. Right. That is tempting. Another breakdown, isn't it? That. Right, 4 hearts, very, very good. 18.
That's
Yeah.
1 no trump.
Yeah.
Now we're back to the old stuff, aren't we? Nothing funny there. We'd be quite pleased if partner bid Stamen here, wouldn't we? Okay. Oh,
And that's going to happen. Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
horrible hand.
Oh, we didn't bid any. Oh, no, it's
2
2
spades.
spades.
Yeah.
Now, it's optional, of course, but I recommend that you use 2 spades
Yeah.
as a transfer to clubs. Now, you can use phony Stamen, but doing it this way, it means that the lead will tend to give you the advantage. So if you've not come across this before, two spades is a transfer to clubs, and of course it has to be at the 3 level. And after that, East is happy. But the thing is, West playing the hand. Okay.
Chris, you just said it transfers to clubs. And then after that, if it was diamonds, you could go into diamonds, couldn't you? It transfers into one of the minors, doesn't it? But clubs is mentioned.
And this evening's
It's another
10
10 quid you
another
fork
10
out,
quid.
isn't it?
Yes. It just makes the present. Thanks, Beryl. It does make the presentation look smoother. Thank you. Of course, next time. Okay.
Right.
No, I mean, seriously, it's good when people ask the question that's coming up next, because it means their thought processes are going in the right direction. So you can just correct the diamonds here. Absolutely right. Yep.
Oh, I see, I get the point.
Now, I would say if you're really going to transfer to clubs and possibly then correct to diamonds, only do it with weak hands, and only do it with at least 6 cards in the suit. I think if you've got about 10 or 11 points and a 6-card minor, you've often got enough for game.
Yeah.
So don't transfer into clubs or maybe diamonds if you've got, say, certainly 11 points or more. Only do it with weak hands. I hope some of you have taken a bit of a gamble with minor suits where you've got less than 25 points, but you feel that minor suit could make tricks. Now, that minor diamond suit's very good, but what's its huge weakness?
No entries into it.
No entries really whatsoever. So that's how you can judge whether to take a gamble on 3 no trumps with hands like this. And of course, this one's far too weak. But you can often get, 10-point hands with an entry or two, which can play very well in 3 no trumps, and you'll get a top score because most people don't bid 3 no trumps without knowing they've got 25 points.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was 19. What do we got here? Now the tricky stuff, which may be new to everybody, I'm not sure. Okay, so West will open, but now North has been naughty and is allowed to bid, of course, but it's a nuisance, obviously. Now, basically speaking, with Stayman and transfers, I think you now know that systems are off. So you have to sort of fabricate some kind of other bid. How annoying of North, because we would have bid
2 diamonds.
Now, you can look up on Wikipedia and all the rest of them, but there is a recommended thing you can do here. Can you fabricate a bid that might get the message over?
Double.
Oh, is this Sheila again?
Well, is that? Yeah, afraid so.
Correct. Yes. Don't apologise. Yes. So it has become a convention that if partner overcalls 2 diamonds here, your double is a transfer to hearts. Now, did you just guess that, or did you happen to know it?
No, I thought you had to say it because you couldn't say 2 diamonds. You wouldn't want to go to 3 diamonds. So.
I wondered if and yes, that's right. I wondered if anybody might say 3 diamonds, but I think that can take the bidding too high. So there we are. A double is a transfer to hearts, and of course you hope your partner knows this, don't you? So partner now bids 2 hearts. What number is this? 20. And you now bid
4 hearts.
These last 5 are quite advanced. No, you've
3 no trumps.
You've only got 5. It's not quite. If you've got 6, yes, but you've only got 5.
Yeah, 3 no trumps. Yeah.
And what's West?
4 hearts.
Yeah, we got there in the end anyway. Okay.
Chris, on that basis, if you bid 1 no trump and North overcalled 2 clubs, I mean, transfers would be off. But if you wanted to do Stayman, would you double that?
You could, yes. I think, to be honest, though, the answer to these kind of questions is partnership agreement.
Agreement.
I mean, it's pretty advanced stuff, but it does come up quite often, isn't it? Yeah, I think one no trump, two clubs. I would stake a double as Stayman. Yep. Okay. Good. And on the same sort of theme, West opens
One no
One
trump.
no trump.
and North doubles. Oh no.
16 points.
That's the trouble with the weak no trump, isn't it? They
Yeah.
double maybe 15 or more,
points.
16 or more. Either way, you are the knight or damsel in shining white armor or night dress or whatever it is. And North has just doubled. Now, you really do need a system for this. The best system I know, I mentioned a year or two ago, is called the Wriggle.
Yeah.
But that's a little bit difficult. And here's a sort of medium system. Do you know what you could you guess what you're supposed to do here with this
Is it
system?
Redouble.
redouble? Yeah.
Oh, yes. Now that blue card is hardly ever used, is it? The redouble card. I absolutely agree. And a redouble in this system, if you're going to play transfers after a double of one no trump, means a transfer to clubs. Okay. And there we go. And we're happy. Now, it looks a bit odd because the X is at the bottom of the screen. West open one no trump.
Mhm.
North obviously got a very strong hand, doubled. So
Mhm.
you go into rescue mode here. Now, because it's clubs, it makes it.
You're frozen, Chris.
You're frozen, Chris.
Frozen. Hello.
Sorry, it's just, can you hear me?
Can
Yeah,
I
you-
can
now,
hear you,
yes.
but you're still frozen.
About the third or fourth, I'm going to have to look into this, aren't I? Sorry, I'm just trying to get back to normal. Oh dear. Content the meeting, view, full screen. That's better. Now I have to share screen. Getting there, I think. Can you see again?
Yeah.
Hello. I'm sorry about this. I don't know.
That's it.
Roy's
That's
not
it, you're
here
back now.
tonight. He's quite expert in all this. I'll be seeing my sons soon. They might know what causes this. Didn't used to happen, did it?
No.
No.
So we got to there. We'll just try and quickly polish off and hope for
Can
nothing.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Chris?
Yes, of course.
What happens if you wanted to, if you had 6 diamonds?
Yeah.
Oh, it's another £10.
Oh.
It's another £10.
Could you correct it to diamonds? You know,
You've been,
with the double, with the double
After
and
the-
redouble.
there we are.
Sheila,
Question
Sheila,
22, Sheila. Sheila, you could have been writing this program. You know that, don't you? Indeed, here it is. So if a redouble is a transfer to
The clubs.
clubs,
Yeah.
incidentally, for some of you aren't saying much, this is advanced stuff. This is advanced stuff.
I've got to
I
say-
think so. Fairly advanced anyway. So 2 clubs logically must be a transfer to 2
Diamonds. Yeah.
And
Peter Rains taught me this years ago.
yes, Peter knows this. Yes, he does. Yeah. And it's called, it has various names, this, by the way. It's sometimes called exit transfers, sometimes Jacobi transfers. It's not too complicated, but it's a way out of when you're doubled. And it enables you to bid any one of the 4 suits, including clubs. And of course, two diamonds would take you to 2 hearts, just the same, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So it's
that's
a nice way of escaping out of penalties, because here you've only got 19, and you may well go down, but you're obviously much better in diamonds, aren't you?
Yeah.
Might not lose a single diamond trick. Okay.
Chris,
Um,
Chris, could I ask another question? Sorry, Chris, just one more question.
Yes.
If after a one no trump, if the opposition bid
My understanding had been that the conventions were off, but I think I heard you say to Keith that only Stayman's off, transfers remain. Is that right?
Well, they remain, but they're different because you can get into clubs with a redouble. So they
No,
remain.
no. This is not a redouble. Let's assume 1 no trump. North then bids 2 hearts.
Yes. A double there would be a transfer to spades.
Oh, okay. I think we're at cross purposes. Sorry.
Say it again because it's okay. Go carry on again. Say
Sorry,
your question again.
I'm not in doubles at all now. So there's an opening of 1 no trump.
Yes.
North in this case doesn't double, but it bids 2 hearts.
Yes. So
Now,
if
in that case, can
I
openers
understand.
partner-
If East doubled, that would be a transfer to spades because his bid. Sorry, I would have included this one, but I think we've got quite enough already. So Catherine's question is this: 1 no trump from West, an overcall of 2 hearts from North. We wanted to use that bid to transfer to spades. So a double, I would suggest, means a transfer to spades in that situation by East. Is that okay?
But you can't do Stayman, is that right? If your hand was right, you wouldn't be able to do Stayman because of the overcall.
No, although, yeah, exactly, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And I think actually a couple of weeks ago, we had some examples of getting around even that, didn't we? But, okay. Well, I'm just looking at the last 2 questions. Oh, now, if that was tricky, I've included this, and whether you take it on board is up to you. So, the pièce de résistance. Serve me right if the program broke down. What are we going to start with?
No trump.
No trump.
You think there's a trick?
2 diamonds.
Isn't
2 diamonds.
not yet.
Yeah.
2 hearts.
2 hearts.
Well, so far this evening, obviously the correct answer is 2 hearts.
Yeah.
How many hearts have we got between us?
9 minimum.
At least. I can think of a better bid.
3 hearts.
Exactly. And this is called breaking the transfer. Now, can you see that for the first time this evening, we've actually got 4 card support. Now, I'm going to suggest in this case, and this is advanced stuff, it's called breaking transfers. Just ignore it if you don't like it. We jump and look how weak East happens to be. So East, of course, would now.
Us.
Us. Yeah.
Now, why have we done that?
You're bidding up to the level of the fit. And it locks
At
out
least 9.
any possibility or limits the possibility of the opponents finding a spade fit.
And that's its, with a weak hand, that's its reason. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And by leaping to 3 hearts, we've made it more difficult for them to find their spade fit. So it is recommended, but you obviously only do it if you've got 4 card support. So that's a rather clever bid. It has different names. I'm going to call it breaking the transfer.
Yeah, but your partner needs to understand it's not an invitation to game. It's just a preemptive bid.
Yes, indeed. Although, in fact, as we'll see from the last example, it tends to show a minimum hand by West. Now, to finish this evening, and thanks for being so patient because it's one of our longest sessions. What happens in this situation? Yes, well, another £10 goes to somebody because that's another great question. One of the ladies, I think. Carry on.
1 no trump.
Yeah. 2 hearts.
2 hearts. Yeah.
Now, you're not going to guess the next one because it's a complete convention. What do you notice about the West hand? Is there anything special about it? Well,
The majority of his points are in his longer suit.
Yeah.
First of all, we know we've got 9 spades at least,
Yeah. Mhm.
maybe more. And what about the points?
Well, lowest point count.
Yeah.
It's the highest it can be, isn't it? It's 14.
Oh, I didn't miscount it, sorry.
Now, you may have noticed on the previous hand, it was only about 12, perhaps 13. There is, to finish the evening, just to leave you in a complete daze, if you're this strong, you make a conventional bid. Does anybody happen to know it? It's quite, you make a conventional bid of 3 clubs. Now, this is highly conventional. It's saying, partner, I've got at least 4 spades and I've got 14 points maximum. So it's top end of Group 2 stuff, I guess, this. So what would you bid with that information? Now, of course, this has to be alerted. You know, you can't baffle the opponents. It must be
4
clearly.
spades.
But you as East must say at this point, my partner is showing at least 4 spades and is
Yeah.
showing a maximum 14. Okay? It has to be alerted by
4
East.
spades.
And brilliant stuff. It's the 4, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah.
14, 4, I think that's David this time, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12.
Yeah.
And that is about as sophisticated as it gets in transfers. Now, I do recommend transfers in conjunction with Stayman. Whether you take on board some of the last bits this evening is entirely up to you. But I wouldn't recommend these things unless your partner knows about them.
Sorry, Chris,
Okay.
what was that convention called?
I don't think it has a name. It's still breaking. It's part of breaking the transfer, and it's, you know, before we would have bid 3 spades with the weaker hand. With a weaker hand, 12 points, maybe 13. I dare say if you look on the internet, you might find some sophisticated name for it. I'm just saying it's part of the breaking the transfer system, just to keep you interested. Okay.
Chris, can I just ask a question? On the east hand, how many tricks are there?
How many? Sorry.
How many losing tricks are there on the east hand?
8.
Yeah.
And 7 with West.
Right, 7 plus 7 from
That's
West,
8.
14.
It's a very good question, Tony. So you're saying you think really the contract should be 3 spades?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Now, some of you will have heard me say this before. Why am I not too concerned about that?
One down.
Because balanced hands tend to be underestimated by the losing trick count. Okay. Now, you know, bidding isn't perfect. I would recommend on average, not using the losing trick count with balanced hands. Okay. But this is highly a matter of opinion. And if you felt, you know, you prefer, you're used to the losing trick count, which is very, very good system, but tends to work less well with balanced hands. Well, I'm going to end now, and thank you for being a lovely audience, as they say. So I'm going to stop sharing.
On a good day, Tony, that hand would have made 11 tricks.
Okay.
On a good day. On a bad day, it might